We find ourselves in North Rackla. It's Cantex's flagship project in the central Yukon, about 150 kilometers from Mayo. So we're in an absolutely stunning area. The backdrop here is our camp. It's remote to the road network, so it's helicopter access only. And in behind me is our massive sulfide discovery. The North Rackla project was generated as a result of a regional exploration program that we undertook back in 2012-2013. We identified an area that was 30,000 square kilometers, and we collected heavy mineral stream sediment samples using technology that Chuck Fipke in large part had refined and owned over the years.
We developed this technique that concentrates the micro minerals. We do it the same as the old prospectors, hand panning, hey? For every big gold nugget they find, there's lots of micro chips. So we look for micro heavy minerals. And we came up with about 7 or 8 gold anomalies. But we also sampled for silver, lead, zinc base metals.
And it enabled us to pinpoint undiscovered mineralization.
We ended up staking an area of about 15 kilometers by 15 kilometers. And this area was actually the best area. Hey, we got the best responses here.
Some pretty splashy rocks have come out of here. So this is a piece of float. It's got a good heft to it. Some nice fresh galena in it. When you're finding this stuff on surface, you're onto something. First drilling occurred back in 2016 on what's now the main zone of the massive sulfide project. Got into some decent mineralization, and the deeper our drilling went, the fresher the mineralization was. But it's 2018 that things got exciting. We drilled deeper and we got into fresh sulfide mineralization. You know, it's metallic when it comes out of the drill. So you're looking at beautiful massive sulfides, core box after core box after core box. Something that very few geologists have the opportunity to see in a career. And that prompted a very aggressive program in 2019. Where a lot of what you see here now in terms of infrastructure and camp all took shape.
It was quite a process to get everything in here. Lots of helicopter, lots of plane loads, and lots of pre-planning, trying to figure out what we needed. In this camp, we have a kitchen. We're capable of feeding close to 40 people out of it. We have a core logging shack. Sleeping quarters, we have 8 domes that can house up to 4 people each. And we have several outbuildings for storing supplies, doing repairs on equipment, just to keep things running.
We're building a track in to move our drills in and provide access for the crews on the ground.
Chad keeps slung in that excavator over there, hey, and it's just been a godsend, hey. With this excavator, he's put the roads in everywhere, and we can just drive, hey.
Right now we are going to pick up the core from drill number 2. We're at about 1,800 meters elevation, so way up here.
We currently have a 9-person drill crew, provides all the drilling support that we need. And we have 4 geologists.
Let's see here. This is the alteration here, this kind of beige stuff. And that is usually associated with the metals we're looking for.
My name's Callum. I'm a geotechnician at Cantex Mine Development Corp. So as a geotech, we're mainly focusing on quality assurance and quality control. We're making sure that we're getting the right length of core run, measuring the meter marks, exact moments and points where we found mineralization. So if they were to build a mine in the future, we need to provide all the data we have. So every bit of data, even the smallest pieces, are crucial.
We've drilled, I think, like approximately 81 kilometers worth of drill holes in the property since the beginning of the project onwards.
We've spent around $70 million drilling to expand the amount of mineralization that we've discovered.
So this is fairly typical of some of our higher grade core. So you can see the metallic galena, which is the lead containing mineral. Really coarse grained mineralization that'll process well. So it bodes well for the economics of the project. The mineralization has now been drill confirmed for over 2 kilometers. So the mineralization comes from back behind camp, through camp, and then is really almost underneath our feet. So we're 1.5 km from that end and about 800 meters to the furthest extension end. Perhaps even more importantly is the depth extent to the mineralization, kind of right beneath camp. Our deepest drilling that we've done on the project has intersected mineralization down a depth of about 700 meters and is at the limits of what we're able to do with the drills that we have on site. And at that depth, the mineralization was over 20 meters wide. To date, our drilling has confirmed the mineralization has a strike length of over 2.6 kilometers and a vertical extent of 1 kilometer. It's a really large mineralized body. You know, it's one thing to find mineralization, but it's another to find the high grades that we're finding here. We're getting, in most cases, around 20% lead zinc with a few ounces of silver with it.
Our property really has been the richest silver lead zinc deposit ever found in North America. This is the highest. And now we add the germanium, hey?
Pretty consistent mineralization at the top.
Oh yeah.
It's all over the place in here.
Yeah, huh?
Last year we recognized that there's also significant germanium associated with the zinc mineralization.
Yeah, you can see the mineralization, hey? Yeah.
Germanium has really become a metal of great significance. It's a critical metal both in Canada and the US. It's used in a lot of the high technologies that we rely on. High efficiency solar panels, LEDs or headlights in your car. And from a military perspective, it's also used in night vision optics. First off, it adds significant value to every ton of mineralization that we have. It's very substantial. But also it increases the value of the project intrinsically because it's an element that we desperately need. Recently, China has restricted and limited its germanium exports to the West. So this is potentially a project that could fill a very significant gap in the Western supply.
Right in there?
I think so.
I think this is going to go really high grade. If you wanted percentages, I'm 90 to 100% sure this will be a mine.
I have 100% confidence that Chuck and Chad will get the job done to make this into a mine.
I believe we're able to show that a project can be done and built in an environment as pristine as this in a responsible manner. You know, we're looking at having this developed as an underground deposit, so you know there won't be a big hole here.
As an environmental scientist working in the geology field and the exploration mining industry, I was a bit skeptical at the start coming into it, but mines are crucial for how the world works. It's not something that we can avoid. There's never going to be a point where you don't need a mine. In terms of location, this is as good as it can get, really. Kind of almost like it has been mined. Very like loose rock. It looks like a gravel pit straight off the bat. So I feel like there wouldn't be too much difference if you started mining underground. obviously is you can look at ways to reduce the amount of impact that mines can do and keep the area we're in as clean as possible.
If you're going to mine someplace, to me this is as good a spot as any. And I think it would be a pretty awesome feeling if it became a mine, to know that all the work and effort paid off in the end.
If and when this becomes a mine, first off, we'll be excited for the team because it's very much a team effort. There's been a lot of people that are involved in all stages of the project. And I'll also be proud if it becomes a mine because it means that we have continued to build the support of the local First Nations and see them very much as partners on the project. So yeah, I guess in a nutshell, I'll be proud because it'll mean that we've done a good job, not just in the exploration, but in designing and building a mine for the society as a whole.